Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for watching the Go Mode podcast Twitch. My name is Westside Vandal. I'm here with Chimo, and we are going to commentate on this Challenge Cup bracket race between Senen and Darkened5ky. I mean, I'm just kidding. Darkened5ky. Uh,
I'm sure that's 5KY.
yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, game two between these two guys. Senen taking the first one. I think this is the first round still of the brackets.
It is,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Yep. So it's win or go home for Darkened5ky, who has chosen to make the first 6 minutes of this race very execution-based by going to escape. And speaking of those first 6 minutes, here they go. The uncle is apparently a descendant of Navi.
Yeah.
Navi. Oh! Hey, uncle, you forgot your sword. Uncle?
That's probably why he dies in the tunnel. Forgot
Yes.
the sword.
Whoa, early map check. Hello.
I caught nothing there.
I think I saw 3 crystals.
But
we should...
for sure. It's
Alright.
the fastest I've seen a map check in any race.
I did see Red Crystal on Eastern Palace and 2 on Tower of Hera. I did not catch Desert either time. Bow from Uncle.
Chat saying Red Pendant and Desert.
Okay.
Bow
Good catch by our restreamer.
Yeah, so that makes Eastern a good early play, pretty much.
And green Grooveville's bottle, so we'll be able to loop the sick kid in when we get to Kakariko.
Super nice, not having to go back for him. Never has anything good anyways. Yeah. So I guess Darkened5ky picks standard here. Must feel pretty good about his escape execution.
Yep.
With the randomized prize pools, it's so much more annoying to get a bomb. Definitely had to go back in a few seeds.
Indeed it is.
So.
Well, funny we should say he must feel confident about his escape execution because Senen kind of has a bit of a lead here.
I think Darkened5ky trying to kill a bunch of enemies to get a bomb drop if he can, and Senen doing the more typical kind of MG escape.
Yeah.
Here.
Where, you know, if it's just kind of if it happens, it happens. I know that's the play I usually make in standard, is to just, okay, if I get bombs, cool. If not, it's whatever.
Good point for sure by our restreamer. Another reason to pick standard is so that you don't last location Zelda sell.
I mean, valid.
Yeah.
Darkened5ky did indeed perform the map check.
So just a heart piece on the key guard there. Can't be too unhappy with a bow and a sword so early though.
Yeah, no, and honestly, you're probably sitting there thinking, hey, cool, bottle as well, because again, now you don't have to have sick kid in the back of your mind. You can just go straight for it once you get to Kakariko.
Absolutely.
Whoop.
I guess picking the bow off of Uncle, that means you get a full load of arrows too. That's nice.
Yes. Yep.
We're saving the princess now.
Indeed. And now we just, bonk into this wall several dozen times, boomerang on a precise frame, and, oh, hey, look, it's Triforce. Sorry, I watched the Ocarina of Time run last night at AGDQ, so that was nuts.
Yeah, I didn't catch much of it, but I heard tales of cool glitches and stuff.
Basically, there's this new glitch they found where they can load Zelda's letter into a chest, and then, depending on which of 256 distinct directions they can face while trying to open that chest, they can spawn in any item arbitrarily.
Yeah, the ace glitch.
That too, yes.
Different.
The ace glitch uses the same glitch as the item spawn, just in a slightly different way.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty good. All right, so talking about the Ocarina of Time room has successfully covered up the boring walk back to the back of Escape.
Double backed here,
Seamless.
everyone's favorite part of Escape.
Yep.
Senen just a tiny bit of a lead going through here. He obviously hasn't checked the map yet.
Right.
Snake RNG, not too bad.
No, not bad at all. All right, Dark Cross room. Oh, hey, look, bombs.
That's nice.
Yeah, don't have to worry about not being on the bomb prize pack. Although there's a snake dropping one for Senen as well.
Rats. Yeah.
Oh, did I say snake? My bad.
Leaving the back behind here. I'm not does Senen not know he's got bombs, or he's just trying to farm a few more?
Might just be trying to farm a few more simply
Yeah.
because the Kakariko is a thing.
Yeah. Should have plenty heading in there anyways.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to farm more for some reason. I think 5 is going to be plenty for what we need at the moment, though. Especially considering we already have a sword and a bow.
This prize pack, I think, has an 8 bomb drop in it, so they might be looking for that.
Well, 300 rupees and 3 more bombs in the back of Escape.
So bomb's pretty much not an issue at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bomb prize pack is pretty nice. Yeah. 6 in Escape as well, so no worries at all.
No.
Alright, we're through. Let's split here. Check
621 reset.
Yeah, that's right.
Says the guy who has not run MG a single time.
It's probably the most practiced split in speedrunning this game. Alright, so Darkened5ky is gonna head up. Oh, he's not heading up. Never mind, he's gonna head straight into the forest. Senen heading up, gonna check Aga Ledge.
Darkened5ky making the bold play to not check Lumberjack on a seed where I'm commentating.
Is that a thing? You like to curse these seeds with some Aga requiredness?
No, not particularly. I mean, it's only happened once, but it was a pretty big miscue by both of the runners, because Lumberjack happened to have the mirror in one of the first seeds I commentated for the 2000 for Go mode, and yeah, neither runner checked it for an hour and 40 minutes.
That's a big oof. Yeah, mirror on Lumberjack is really awful.
Like, and there's a clip of it where we finally see the check, and I shout, and Jinxie Girl just like de-ages about 10 years in 5 seconds. Like, she is living for for them finding out the mirror is on Lumberjack at an hour 45 in.
That's entertaining for sure to see them put it off like that. So, I think that info is so valuable in Rando. I have trouble putting that off myself.
Yeah, some people say don't check Lumberjack until you have boots, or otherwise know you need to do Aga 1 regardless. Yeah, no. Yeah. Because it's such an easy check. It's not that much of a time loss. And if it is something important, it's like that mirror, it's better to check it and know that, hey, we're going to need to be on the lookout for the boots, rather than, okay, I found the boots, but I'm all the way over in, Palace of Darkness. Welp.
Yeah, for sure. Looked like Darkened5ky pulled a glove out of the basement there in Blind's hut. Well, that's nice to have early on. Also, a pile of red rupees, for what that's worth. Tree pull is also red rupees, so money's not really too bad right now.
Yeah, Zora gonna be a thing that could be in play.
I like money has no effect on the logic, I don't think, but it always makes you want to do Zora earlier when you got lots of early cash.
So we did just find the Master Sword, so We are a lamp away from Aga 1 being a thing. The lumberjack item is not going to come into play because it's just a little piece of love, but that is an incredibly early Master Sword.
Yeah, that's always a little bit worrying to see this early on, to be honest.
Yeah.
Immediately got to start thinking about Aga. We got a glove though, so it's part of our Dark World access.
Yeah, but we're currently sitting at 2 items to Dark World access versus 1 to Aghanim 1.
Yeah.
So
we do not want to see a lamp, that's for sure.
all right, Sick Kid check from Darkened5ky here. Oh, Titansmiths, hello. So yeah, we're now down to which do we find first, the Moon Pearl or Lamp?
Yeah, absolutely. You're not doing Aga before you have Moon Pearl or have done everything else likely in this situation.
True.
So that's the thing. Moon Pearl on the ledge is just about as bad as it can get, or something leading to it.
Yeah. Oh, so library check is going to be Quake Medallion, Quack Medallion, Honk.
Important to remember for these guys.
And race game blind check from Darkened5ky. This has come up a few times recently as well, is just kind of differing opinions on if you just blind do it or if you actually check it. I always blind do it if I'm coming from Kakariko, as both of our runners will be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of interesting. It feels like a decent time loss when it's going to be like something like 1 in 100 seeds has something. I made that number up. I don't know what the actual odds are.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. It's sort of a thing where if everyone's doing it, then it makes sense not to do it most of the time. Because you know, like, it's a time loss to check it. But if it's back and forth a bit, then it makes a difference. I gotta think, we'll be heading to Eastern pretty soon here.
Yeah. Single Arrow of Destiny for Darkened5ky. Senen doesn't look like he's going to be too far behind here. Or, okay, well, Senen's going to go do Eastern first.
I think it makes sense. It's a crystal, you can full clear. You've got a sword, so dark rooms shouldn't really be an issue. You have bow right away. You get the closet checks as well. So
one incredibly soggy red rupee. That's just going to stay there.
I mean, about the only difference is if Lamp is in Mini Moldarm Cave here, then it makes the dark rooms like a little bit quicker, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, Eastern's dark rooms are pretty much baby dark rooms. It's not really. Ooh, Palace of Darkness is going to be our green pendant today. Not really something that's going to trip you up once you've kind of got the basic idea of it. Of course, I say that, and I avoid trying to do the northern. Oh, that's the Moon Pearl. That's our Dark World access in Mini Moldarm.
Darkened5ky has the option to go straight into Dark World. I doubt he'll do that before Eastern, but you never know.
Yeah.
Try and route it in with Palace of Darkness later.
Yeah, but back to the dark room thing. I don't like doing the dark room leading to Armos Knights.
Yeah, the back one is definitely tougher. You gotta kill the guy, and there's 10,000 popos. It's pretty easy to die in there, for sure.
Especially on 4 hearts green mail like we have right now.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Senen gets to try his hand at it in a little bit here. Darkened5ky heading up to check Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, no point. Words. Isolating. There we go. Orphaning. Yeah. There we go. That's the actual word I was looking for.
That's my favorite location to isolate something good early on. Just 10 arrows though. We have a bow, so we have pretty easy Ancilla fake flippers right away. Somebody wants to check Zora, they can go from Link's house and check Hobo that way.
Yes.
But I assume Darkened5ky will also be heading to Eastern here.
Yep, he's heading up up and across the bridge. Excuse me.
Map in the second chest in Eastern. I didn't see what was in the first one.
10 arrows.
10 arrows, alright. 2 items to go then. See Darkened5ky do the same thing. I'm sure Senen before long will get to Mini Moldorm Cave and pick up his Pearl, so no issues.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's Senen's next move.
Yeah.
Chat asking why Darkened5ky did not fake flipper here. Could be trying to stay as close to in logic as possible. Of course, we say that as he goes to Eastern, where we now know that there's only one item available to him in logic.
Yeah, I think like the only check in logic with that glove is Zora. So you'd rather stay more in logic, plus Eastern's a crystal anyways. So I think it makes a lot of sense to head up there. 3 items on Sarasla. And you get 6 checks and crystal. It's definitely pretty worth it. I also think it's slower to route in fake flippering from Ice Rod Cave than like just going from Link's house, probably.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Alright, so there's those 10 arrows I was telling you about. Senen, sorry, old habits die hard.
Yeah. Names are impossible.
Gets through the first dark room pretty effectively. Check what's in the vanilla big key chest here.
The first dark room is pretty much child's play.
Kinda surprised Senen didn't immediately
quite
pick up
a
that heart.
while since I've seen a rando player run that room the normal way.
And powder.
Instead of damage boosting through the anti-fairies. Might be like a little bit concerned about his health going into the back room there.
Yeah, for health, not exactly what you... And that plus, those anti-fairies do 1 heart of damage per time you try to clip through them. And you only have 4 right now.
There is a heart on the right side of the big chest room.
There's also fairies if you drop down the pot on the left, but
that's true.
Senen's gonna yellow it here. Oh dear. There we go.
Has he got it? Or is he just sticking more and more arrows in the sky? There he goes. That's a nice strat though, to throw an arrow into the what are those things called? The Igors. And then you can see where he is.
Trying to keep the other one at bay while he tries to get to the pot and go in the door here. There we go.
Looks like he's through. That's pretty well done.
Yeah, pretty well done there. All right, pick up a couple arrows, pick up a heart. Flip the switch. Well played.
Yeah, nice. You'd really like to get lamp or fire rod before those rooms just to make them a little faster, but
yeah,
really well executed, I thought.
Yeah.
See if we get some damage boosting here. Of course we do. He just picks up hard after the damage boost.
Yeah. There's plenty of ways to do it. I find myself getting a little unlucky with that room a lot lately. So yeah, like where I'll take like 3 or 4 hearts of damage trying to get that clip done properly. So I can understand being a little bit gun shy on it. At 4 hearts green male. Tries to set up the quick kill, doesn't quite get it. 3 extra. Oh, hello.
We've got some advanced
spicy
going on here.
Spicy. So
that's really nice to see as a runner though, because you know Fire Rod is out there accessible. And you've got an idea what it's not behind, probably.
That was spicy right there.
I'm gonna guess Darkened5ky had a little bit of trouble in that room as he dodged out for some fairies.
Or just wanted to make sure he was at max for this room, because he might be, again, like me, and just not like this room. Case in point, he's already down to 2 hearts, 1 heart. Yeah. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back.
You just like mine these fairies? I've never went to this fairy room.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good to know, because it's much faster to go in there a few times than to die, for sure.
So luckily, Senen's going to be doing mini Moldorm here, and will receive that Moon Pearl. Because the other thing to note is, if you're Senen, you might be thinking, well, hopefully I don't find the Fire Rod. Or you find the Fire Rod before that. Don't find the Fire Rod before that Moon. I think you get what the point I'm trying to make. Because Senen...
Yeah, Fire Rod would put the mountain in logic, which might send him that way, but it's pretty low checks right now.
Well, what I was trying to get at was Senen still is in... I need to find either the Moon Pearl or he now has Master Sword and Lamp. I'm trying to say he has Aga 1 in logic now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with that Fire Rod. Of course.
Yeah, if he found the Fire Rod first and didn't find the Moon Pearl, he'd be like, uh-oh.
He's kind of surprisingly checking out Desert Ledge here in Agina's Cave.
Yeah, that is a bit of a surprise. A little bit of love on Desert Ledge.
With book in hand, maybe I would have done that play. A little bit surprised.
Yeah.
You don't want to orphan these locations either, which is
true, but especially considering Desert's a red pendant. Like, it's not even a crystal.
Yeah. Well,
So
that gives you more reason to orphan those locations, because you kind of never want to go over there.
Yeah, true.
But I would have, yeah. Anyways, I'm sure he'll be heading over to Mini Moldorm Cave pretty much after this.
Yep. Has literally no other option at the moment.
Well, this guy wastes a bit of time in Eastern, but he's through now and heading on to Armos, so should be, I would think, heading to the Dark World after this.
Well, like you said, though, that lamp does open a few things on Death Mountain. So, although that would be out of logic, so yeah, no, and he seems to be trying to stay relatively close to in logic. So yeah, Dark World would seem to be the correct play here. I don't know why Senen is refusing to do he's just like, I'm gonna farm the bush crab for arrows for some reason.
Well, he's short due to Armos, but I'm not really sure what he needs them for. Fake flickering, I guess.
Yeah, Ancilla shenanigans, or maybe he likes bow strats for Mini Moldorm, but here he is using the Master Sword regardless. I don't get it.
Putting an arrow in a Mini Moldorm sounds like the hardest thing.
It is.
Yeah. So there he goes. Picks up his Moon Pearl. Got Dark World access. Darkened5ky, meanwhile, heading straight over there. He's not going to check out Agina's Cave or Desert Ledge right now, so he picks up a little bit of time there, potentially. Senen gonna do maybe Ice Rod Cave, maybe Zora area. We'll see.
Yeah, why not both?
Both.
Both is good. Blue Pendant on Turtle Rock, 5/6 on Swamp, and everything else is crystals, because we already knew Palace of Darkness was green from somebody talking to Saha.
Everyone's favorite pendant dungeon, Pod, which never has anything good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought everybody's favorite pendant dungeon was Thieves Town.
Thieves Town, yeah. Often have access so early with no hammer.
All right, one item out of Skull Woods for Darkened5ky.
It's like, often see runners just dip the front there and not even head to the back. Darkened5ky gonna check out the back item, possibly pick up a key.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've already seen some spicy V31 induced shenanigans already, with Lamp being on Armos Knights. So with the possibility being there of an item being in the pinball room, the front of Skull Woods without Fire Rod does become a bit more enticing, I guess the word would be.
So Senen heading straight into Dark World now.
Intentional wall master.
Like he was unsure if he should wait or grab it, but goes with it. So he's picked up E. We'll see. He probably heads back in. Check the rest of the checks out there.
Gonna go in this way because that way, if he takes another intentional wall master, he can just go right to the exit. Just dungeon items and small keys, with the exception of those bombs so far.
It's always a question, like, with early Dark World access like this, do you dive straight into Skullwoods or do you put it off hoping for Fire Rod or something? Or just hoping not have to go in and clear it later? It's only 2 items, it's a whole bunch of useless checks.
Alright, Death Warp, nicely done.
I always wonder the timing on that Death Warp versus waiting for a hand. But
Alright, Senen, not too far behind, gonna also do the Skullwoods checks.
so I don't think we saw a second item there.
We did not, no.
Fire Rod locked. Which we know is in logic. At some point.
Yeah. With that Titan's Midst though, there's a lot of checks we can get to here in the Dark World.
Yeah, there sure is. Titansmiths, if you don't find the hammer, it can be pretty annoying to route things in. You don't really want to leave anything behind because it's such a slow loop back around. But I imagine we'll see these guys check at least the front of Thieves Town. I don't know if you go in without the hammer yet. We'll see.
I mean, it is a crystal.
Yeah. It's just such a bad location to orphan if it ends up being something.
Right. And well, I mean, yeah, with the that's a good question. Shovel. I mean, in brewery.
Our favorite Plando item. Oof, that's a bad.
That's an yeah, that's an overworld death. Ouch.
Potrol.
All right, so with the crystal layout being as it is, since you know you're gonna need hammer for swamp and ice. Yeah, yeah, I think you would at least do the front of Thieves.
I think you do the front for sure. Like the only reason you wouldn't is you hope to find like boots or something first. I think to make it faster.
Right.
But
well,
you're definitely looking quite a bit right now in those first.
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 or so Dark World checks you get open to you.
Yeah. I think I would go ahead and take the crystal.
Yeah. It's definitely like, I don't know, it always feels like a bit of a coin flip to me whether to leave it behind or wait and hope.
Yeah.
But I would pretty much always check the front myself.
I mean, we have been seeing a lot of spicy stuff like hammer in Thieves itself, or the other day we did have that hammer and bow in Palace of Darkness.
That's a big risk to putting it off. Like you leave it behind hoping for hammer and then hammer's on blind. Stupid like that. So we'll see. Darkened5ky heading into Thieves right now. A little bit of a detour to Sanctuary first.
Yeah, that Poe troll decided to, well, I mean it's right there in his name, troll.
Small key in the first chest.
Today I learned there's a bunny beam in that pot.
Yeah. Yeah, you find that small key right away, that might influence your decisions. Sometimes
that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, if you already know, oh hey, we have the small key, you're probably just like, ugh.
You could just find the hammer in the next chest here, though. That would be perfect.
True. Or the attic.
Yeah.
Or Maiden's cell.
A little bit of a mistime chest here and there. So did we get 2 in the front?
Yeah. Question mark.
I saw a heart piece. I didn't see what the other one was. Maybe not.
Well, it was small key. No, I think it was just one because we saw small key. I think we saw compass, and of course we saw big key.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so Darkened5ky heading into the back. So that's going to be interesting for us to see. We'll see if Senen follows along or if he decides to else. Yeah, for sure. If that big chest ends up a dungeon item, that's great. But we've only got map left, I think.
Anyway.
Got some chat shenanigans going.
Yes. Gonna just use one of my DSR emotes from a gift sub I didn't know I had until recently.
Main way I got subs. Red rupee in the top.
All right, so it is looking like we are. We're probably gonna see an orphaned item in that chest, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I suppose there is still a chance for really incredibly late hammer in Thieves Town here.
Both these runners deciding to do the back, so it's not gonna burn either of them either way. I mean, depends how long you put it off if it is something.
Because theoretically, hammer could still be on Maiden, and it could still be on Blind himself.
I think like I think the main thing here is that with just mitts, it's like a little bit not the best Dark World access.
And with that compass, can confirm item in the chest.
Yeah, there we go. We get an orphan something. Probably just 10 arrows or something. No worries for these guys. Or you know, it's something important.
Yep. In before hookshot.
Senen's got to be pretty careful with his health here, down to 1 heart. Definitely don't die in the back here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of the most annoying enemies in the dungeon coming up. These green little buggers. Darkened5ky looks like he's on script.
Yeah, you definitely you want to stay on script with 5 hearts, green mail, blind. It's just a little bit off, and it can go pretty wrong, but it takes care of it really nicely there.
All right, bloopy. All right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Since both runners did it, it ends up being the right call for sure. You get your crystal, maybe it's nothing. Bloopy, red rupee, heart piece, and something unknown hammerlocked in the basement.
So, you know, we'll just go with the green rupee to complete the set. Why not?
Hopefully for our runner's sake, that's the case. Yeah, that's a location you're not going back to anytime soon.
All right. Let's see how many digs we need to get the item from Mr. Alec Baldwin here. Unfortunately, we do have to pay him some rupees, which ruined the exceptionally interesting rupee count Darkened5ky had there for a second. Oh, is he trying to get it back? Oh, F. Well played. Well played. Style points for spelling out F with the remaining hammer digs.
Pretty nice.
Hammer digs? Hammer? Really? Yes.
That's a new strat glitch found. Hammer digs.
Yep, totally. Especially interesting considering he doesn't even have the hammer.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're going to take Jeremiah on the world tour. I mean, he is a very good friend of ours, and he does like to drink our wine, so...
Yeah, I don't know when you turn this guy in, because it's kind of a pain right now. Heart piece on Stumpy.
Sausage is the worst. I've never seen that one before. Oh.
Excellent comedy out of blind, as always. So, over to Hype Cave, which I think is pretty likely to have something right now.
Yep. Senen got a little bit off script there, but keeps his cool, gets the blind kill.
Yeah, good job there, getting down to 1 heart, and then, you know, keeping it together, finishing off the dungeon.
Sleepy, you are so lucky I do not have a sword right now. Oh, hey, hammer time.
There we
Oh,
go.
hey, what are those? Oh, hey, bacon sword.
This is a V30 hype cave.
That was V30, more like V29. Are you kidding me?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
That was. Whew, that was 10 out of 10 wood hype again.
So I'll just say it doesn't make any difference now, but it would have been way better to go get those things and then go back to Thieves Town.
Yep. And before hookshot on that chest we had to orphan.
Yeah, it's really interesting if there is something there. When do these guys go back there?
Darkened5ky going for the spin speed, I think. Doesn't quite get it. Bunch of rupees.
It's an impossible trick.
Gonna go immediately up to Catfish because this is another location you really don't want to orphan.
Yeah, it's always a question. I kind of like this play to just get it out of the way, not orphan stuff here in case it's something important, and then head into pod, probably.
Well, do you? Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose
pod,
you...
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot to spend it.
Well, I mean, it is item density, and you are actually kind of running a little lowish on stuff you can do.
You are for sure. Like, it's a couple checks on Death Mountain you can do. What else can we do? Like, Zora is in logic. You can do the bunch of stuff with Zora. You've got Shovel left. And the Smith awfulness without mirror.
Yeah.
Although with boots, it's a little bit nicer back there, I guess.
Check Hype Cave on the, or not Hype Cave, Bonk Rocks on the way to taking Jeremiah home here.
Yeah. We'll see if he heads up Death Mountain or complete opposite way that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. King's Tomb check.
Right, yeah, that makes sense with that early mitt. King's Tomb, probably Bonk Rocks. I would think he turns in the Smith right away.
Yep.
Unless he's heading up Death Mountain. I wouldn't expect that. But...
Yeah, no, I would turn Jeremiah in, and then I would save and quit and come do Death Mountain.
You
it's
really
probably
want to
find
how I would... either hookshot or mirror first, and it's such a pain when those things are on Death.
Alright, Bonk Rocks.
Pod is a much denser location right now. Death Mountain.
Yep.
Pendant.
And the other thing we do have to keep in mind, it is the green pendant.
Yeah.
So it is technically 6+1. Or 5+1, sorry.
Darkened5ky looked like he was heading up the mountain and then changed his mind, I guess.
The cool rupee count has been restored. Meanwhile, Senen actually grabbed that pile of rupees on Pyramid Ledge.
Is it 300 rupees? I don't mind that play right now. You don't really need it, but it's pretty quick to get.
All right. Oh, Senen overrolled death.
Can you not rescue the old man if you have the Smith with you?
I have never tried it, so...
Oh, I don't know how follower logic works in this game.
Oh, hey, check that out. We got the magic bat check, too. I completely forgot this was in logic.
Oh, yeah, me too. That's a good call, runners. I know you can't get a second follower, but some followers eat the other followers and things like that. Old man disappears. That would definitely be big if you had it up there.
All right, there's the our first shield of the seed.
I'm kind of interested. These guys are both making very similar calls. Like, I think there's a few things already that you could have done differently, if like reasonable choices.
Yeah.
Diving into Thieves, continuing on with Smith Chain here, type of thing.
Darkened5ky can go ahead and grab the Quake medallion off of Library Ledge here.
That's smart to get right now too.
I do not know why I keep saying Library Ledge, but here we are.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
I mean, it is technically a bookshelf, yeah.
The book ledge.
the knowledge. I'll see myself out.
Swag dash right there. Yeah, that's a blind type joke. Knowledge.
Yep.
So Shovel Dream is dead. Nothing on Shovel. Or any of the rest of these checks. But it's good to pick up that Quake for sure.
Yep.
It's some sort of ledge. You bonk into it.
Yeah.
Just like that fire ledge in Desert.
Yep. Lake Hylia check coming up. Well, actually, Ancilla into interesting. Oh, nope. Didn't quite get it. Rip.
That's not quick.
Didn't quite get the fake Ancilla, or the fake flipper with the Ancilla there. Splash deletion.
Yeah. That's a little bit unfortunate. If he's planning to head that way. Is he heading to I think so. That's, yeah.
I appreciate some puns, but some of the blind ones are just bad. Like they're not even so bad it's good. They're just straight up bad.
They are literally the worst.
Oh God. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Senen's heading into pod now.
Yeah, and it looks like
I guess they both are.
Yeah, I was about to say Darkened5ky is a bit ahead of him in that pursuit, but it looks like both of our runners.
Yeah. Be real interesting if Zora has something good here, and Senen tried to go to him but didn't quite pull off the Ancilla fake flipper glitch.
You're getting the runners backwards. Darkened5ky was the one who was trying to do the Ancilla.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I will say I am kind of surprised neither runner has attempted to, fake flipper the more traditional way, quote unquote.
Yeah, if you were gonna do that, I think you gotta go straight after Ice Rod Cave, because that's like the best time. Yeah. Otherwise, it's quite a walk down.
But I also am kind of surprised Darkened5ky did not at least, jump down to see what was on Hylia, even if he wasn't getting the splash delete he wanted.
Yeah, it would have been good to check that at least. Probably a little bit frustrated with that glitch not working for him.
So early big key in Palace of Darkness, by the way. Makes sense because with the bow being that early, bow lock not an issue.
Once again, like, you're doing a pendant dungeon, which you never really want to do. There's lots of item density. If there's nothing in here, it doesn't really burn them too bad because they're both doing it, though.
Yep. Palace of Darkness continuing its reputation as the mullet dungeon in non-key sanity.
Chat saying blue boomerang was on the island, so Senen might have, or Darkened5ky, sorry, might have seen that.
Either that or the camera did pan down long enough for our restreamer to pause and go to the tape.
Pod? Not giving us a lot so far.
Well, like I said, this is
first.
Yeah, so, yeah. You got to get through a bunch of keys because this is not key sanity. So that does tend to result in, as I said, kind of the mullet dungeon
in the basement. So
well, okay then.
Well worth it.
See, Amarith gets me. Business and front party in the back. Although the flute being in the basement kind of puts paid to that a little bit. Just a tad.
Yeah, basement back, pretty much the same. So that flute makes this a good call to come here. I hate doing pod without the mirror. It feels so slow.
Agreed. All right.
That flute, we gotta check Death Mountain a little quicker now if we don't find anything else. We also have Mire area access. Possibly could go into Mire. The boots and Quake.
Yep.
Sort of interesting.
Fire shield and a little piece of glove. I'm not sure why you don't just go ahead and check the harmless hellway there. I guess maybe you just route that back in on your way back up.
I have personally no idea how to route the inside of pod properly. Like, you gotta know all this key logic and stuff. It's like, yeah, a strange place.
Oh, chat pointing out that, speaking of that key logic, it can only be a small key in the harmless hellway.
Yeah.
Or we already saw the small key and I just missed it, which is also entirely possible.
Yeah, you gotta know things like that and keep track of them to do well. Never do prep. Not killing Helma, because that is quite a time sank for 2 items. I don't know if there's any items left to pod.
I wasn't keeping track of the count, but I believe there's at least 1 left in the dungeon itself. Because we saw flute, we saw that heart, we saw something else that I'm forgetting off the top of my head.
Where's Darkened5ky? Oh, he's checking Mega Ledge. So I think that's one thing runners do, is when they eventually head to go to the mountain, they'll check for Jack Ledge, because it's a little bit quicker to do then. So I think he's saying, well, I've got flute, so I'm never going to climb the mountain. I'm going to check it now and then go act. Oh, yes.
So we saw red rupee, we saw fire shield, we saw heart, we saw flute.
Helma has the map. That makes that an impossible check to commit to for a single item on Sarasla.
So, of course, because this is V31 and a restreamed race, watch that green pendant have something important on it.
Yeah, it could be. It's perfectly in logic.
Meanwhile, sorry to interrupt, but the goose is loose, the duck is amok, the mallard is empowered. I hope you all rose for the Hyrulean National Anthem.
Helma's actually not in logic yet, because we haven't seen that fire rod.
That's a good point.
That's another good reason to not do him. There weren't enough already.
Yeah, that's V31 for you. I keep forgetting that we did find that lamp on Armos, which means we need that fire rod to have been able to get that lamp logically.
Guess we're gonna get hammer pegs, aka Pound Town, and
purple
chests done here.
Oh man, not to go on too much of a rant on that. It was funny in context, but even by the end of the clip in which it debuted in, you could tell that I've forgotten her name, but you could tell that the commentator that had that unfortunate slip up wanted the earth to just devour her whole.
Well, I'm not going to fight anyone on it, but I'm pretty sure that's the new name of hammer pegs. Forevermore.
But like, you know, I'd be a bit more okay with it if the commentator that quote unquote coined the phrase wasn't incredibly embarrassed by it by the end of the actual clip. Like, but that maybe that's just me. Up to Gary with the magic cape. Okay, sure.
Yeah, neither of our runners checked bumper ledge, I don't think, so.
Thanks for bringing me back my lunchbox. Have one of the Deathly Hollows. Why not? Yes, I just made that reference. Deal with it.
Never heard it called that before, that's for sure. So Darkened5ky routing in that purple chest with Desert Ledge and a Genius Cave here, which is nice. Senen already did those two, so nothing of value, but gets them cleaned up.
So with how high the rupee count is here, you gotta imagine these guys gotta be thinking about fake flippering at some point.
Yeah, fake flippering is a pretty good option right now. I mean, Sora's the only thing in logic, but you can flute there and do the normal fake flipper. So it's pretty quick. It's a bunch of checks. I kind of like this play though to check Meyer, see what get the two shed chests.
I mean, I can kind of understand wanting to stay in logic though as much as possible, because if you could get too far off the reservation, you can lose track of what's going on and what all you need. Quake medallion, by the way, is what we need to enter Misery Mire today. Yep.
Yeah, it's what I was thinking, but it's kind of not what you want to see at all. Because you have full access to enter, but for 2 items, going in without red cane is a decision.
Yes. Speaking of decisions, looks like Darkened5ky is finally going to say, okay, time to do a bit more logic breaking here, sequence breaking. He is going to do the needful and fake flipper.
I don't know if there's too much else to do here except head to the mountain.
Lake Hylia can confirm. Bloomerang, nicely called out by our restreamer earlier.
Yeah, I don't know how you caught that, because clearly our runner didn't. Here we go. Here's the play.
Might have just seen something blue and decided to double check it with a bit more for sure. Time, because for all he knew, it could have been the Cane of Burna. Yeah. All right. Gets the reverse fake flipper to get out of Hobo. Nicely done.
But now we get to see some divergence here. Senen making the call to head straight into Misery Mire without the red cane. Could be really valuable if there's 2 items in there. Otherwise, a bit of a time sink. I can't imagine Darkened5ky is going to be back there very soon after leaving it behind there. Not that it's very slow to get back to, but...
Excuse me. Alright, so... what are the first 2 items locked behind the flippers here? Verts, thank you for the raid, buddy. How you doing? Oh, Book of Medora. There's our desert access.
Hells yeah. Get that pendant desert access.
It also opens up the tablets and the possibility of a pedestal check. Blue mail on the ledge. So nice luxury.
Don't think we'll bother getting that. We'll see. Got a Ancella fake flipper to it.
Alright, just a very expensive bundle of sticks from Zora. Alright, now Darkened5ky gonna try the fake flipper here. The splash deletion.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, no, that didn't look right. Would have been nice to get it for the mail upgrade, but it's not important enough to be trying too hard on it. So
any extra time on that for it once. And... dope.
All right.
Found nothing but keys. It looks like so far in Mire. I could be wrong. He already picked up the one. Brand new checks though. We got Old Man and Mire happening.
Yes, indeed. I think that was a vanilla compass. Nice. And we're gonna be heading to the cutscene room, which that's always got to make you feel just great about things.
It does if there's progression there, but it's definitely a call to go down there this early.
Oh, and you have to do this room the slow way because we only have the lamp and not the fire rod.
Mm-hmm.
Which means this is technically a logic break because, hey, guess what? We still haven't found that fire rod.
Can do both top torches and then transfer down and push the box. You don't have to go up and down like that.
Nothing of importance on Spectacle Rock. Well, 300 rupees on top, but we can't get to that without the mirror.
We're not short of money at all either, so you get a spike cave check pretty early here.
Yeah, Darkened? Yeah, you might want to, yeah. Sure about this one, Chief.
Cutting her pretty close there.
Oh! Ether.
Alright, well that's a find. Find in a slightly difficult location to get to, often.
Senen doing some quick math there.
Darkened5ky just keeping us on the edge of our seats. All about that viewership.
Yep. Alright, so now what? Done everything you can on Death Mountain for the moment because we don't have hookshot or mirror.
It's actually a pretty good question. What's happened if nothing's in Mire here? What's next? Got the good old Thievestown hammer chest.
Yeah.
Possibly catfish? Did we see? No, we saw catfish.
We saw catfish. It was a piece of heart. Bumper ledge check incoming.
Right.
Oh hey, look at that mirror.
There we go. Nothing out of Mire, unfortunately, for Senen.
Oop.
But he's got his big key for when he goes back in.
Darkened is gonna have to quaff that green potion.
Where'd that mushroom come from? Was that in Mire?
The mushroom must have been Mire, yeah.
Yeah, that's what chat says. Okay, I missed that, sir.
Well, I mean...
just for a bottle.
Nice little luxury to have, at least.
Yeah, you might as well pick it up.
Alright, so that mirror does open up a few things here.
Yeah. The,
Graveyard ledge.
well, Hera and the other side of Death Mountain.
That too, yes. That would be the more important thing, yes.
Big ones, for sure. But we get Graveyard Ledge, K45. We get... No, we don't have flippers. We don't have anything in Swamp yet. The worst one, maybe, is Bombo's tablet.
I'm sorry. I have never seen that way to activate super speed before. Interesting. Right.
Yeah, checking Graveyard Ledge would have been definitely alright right there, especially since he's already done the other two checks.
Alrighty.
The area.
Oh, silver's on the ether tablet.
Okay. Free bows in this seed, pretty much.
Nice spin speed by Senen there.
So I'd say at this point, Darkened5ky's got a little bit of a lead because
Yep.
he do the Mire dip and found that mirror. Otherwise, they've done pretty much all the same things. Senen just cleaning up his Death Mountain checks first, which unfortunately you probably got to do. But I assume he'll be finding his mirror not too long ago. I don't think he's done Zora Ledge either, though.
He is not, no, because Book of Medora was on the waterfall cave.
Yeah. So we'll see if he decides to do that.
Alright, Senen in a bit better situation here, oddly enough, than Darkened5ky was for the fight cave.
A few more hearts and a bunch of potions.
Yep.
Definitely not too much trouble.
Although I think I would have burned his green first rather than the blue, but that's just me.
I'm gonna think he's slightly forgotten about that. We'll see if he checks Zora first, or I think he checks Zora first. I don't see how you go for Bumper Ledge on its own.
Flute out, and he went to Link's house. So yeah, this is gonna be a Zora check.
I can flute to Kakariko as well. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Unfortunately for him, it makes sense. Unless that book's... Yeah. I mean, he's going to get silvers when he goes up there, so that's good, I guess.
Oh, Darkened5ky misses the bomb jump there. And...
That's a big oof.
Yeah, that's almost as bad as the middle hole on Moldorm.
Yeah, that's a run-killing sort of fall there, but he's got a little bit of lead to work with, so that's okay.
Alright. So, Senen about to receive his Book of Medora.
You gotta get right back on that horse and do the bomb jump.
He also does have an empty bottle to see if the Waterfall Fairy has freebies today. Does not decide to check that, though. I do believe with that compass, we now know there is an item locked in the basement of Tower of Hera.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't you want to spend a whole bunch of time for one item?
Oh! Misses the pixel there and takes a fall.
I hate that bumper skip. I run into that thing so much. It should be free. It's like a 4 or so pixel.
The rage bomb.
He's only got 3. So that's definitely well put there. Hera has been a bit of a troll so far. We'll see if we can just take care of. Yeah, takes care of him nicely.
Yeah, a couple of rage slashes for Moldorm's head while he's exploding. Little piece of love.
I would think you leave that basement item for now. At least go check the other side of the mountain.
Senen going for the splash deletion. Not quite getting it either. Both our runners having a little bit of trouble with the splash deletion today.
He's got it there.
Alright, so Senen going to have a little bit of an advantage in that he is going to have the blue mail. So he'll have a little bit of a little bit less trouble.
Yeah. Darkened5ky up to like 10 hearts or something already, so not doing too bad to worry much about health. 2 bottles. Or he's only got 1 probably. Silver arrows.
Alright.
See where Senen heads now, but I don't think he has anything left except Bumper
Ledge. He hasn't done... Oh, he's gonna do Desert because he has the Book of Medora.
Well, we'll see. It could be something valuable in there. But that's gonna delay him a bit from getting that mirror. Probably makes... I mean, it's not in logic though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, this is still not in logic because of the fake flipper. Yeah.
I think like right now with how little he's got, I don't know. Hopefully he finds something, but it probably makes a little more sense to try and stay in logic and find what you got left.
I just had a rather terrifying thought. Flippers could be on pedestal. No,
of course they could. No. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was about to say no, they can't because the Book of Medora, but you don't need the Book of Medora to. The Book of Medora just lets you read the pedestal. Fire Rod.
There we go.
So yeah, Darkened5ky is going to have to go to Desert at some point.
That's real interesting. We're all back in logic here. We have, with that mirror, we have desert access normally. Well, not normally, but we have it.
Yeah. That is some twisted logic right there.
Dive into Pendant Desert to get your fire rod. So that you can get to Armos.
Get to Armos, get the land.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. That is some spicy stuff right there. Have not seen the second item yet. I'm going to assume it's not on the torch. Well, we have boots anyway, so I don't know why I was saying anything about the torch. Senen gonna play out the line here from the looks of it. Gonna go ahead and pick up that item off of Landless and the red pendant.
Yeah, it's a bit of a call. It's not too slow.
And let's be honest here, he could be thinking pedestal at this point. Because, I mean, we still need the hook shot, we still need the cane of Samaria, we still need the flippers. Senen, although he doesn't know this, you know that the mirror is somewhere else already. Well, no, because... No, mirror could technically be on pedestal, I think. We know it's not, but it could have been.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting. He's still out of logic here as far as he knows. Those flippers were on Death Mountain somewhere. Quite a bit of access already. I hate to find the flippers before the hook shot.
Yeah. Hookless swamp, hooray! Tracker is telling us the flippers were in Paradox Cave. Speaking of hook shots, here's the cave named after it. That's the butter sword and the chest we can bonk to.
Nice find, at least. We'll get a hover attempt here.
Oh, hello.
Looking pretty good. Ooh, that's a long gap, though.
Yeah. Oh. Interesting. Darkened5ky just like, forget your logic. I'm going to just do this right now.
Nails it the second time. That's a nice hover.
Nice bonks. Although I do kind of have to question this because, well, I mean, I suppose you could hope Fire Rod is here. You hope you don't find Ice Rod at this point. Because that's another thing. If there is something on pedestal, hey, we need to find that Ice Rod.
Yeah, well, if you do have to dive into TR, you'd rather have it, though.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to find the hook shot, obviously, because hovering is not in logic.
Red cane could be there, which would be a big find. Bombos maybe required. TR.
Mm-hmm.
I think we saw it. I don't know.
No, we have not seen TRs yet, no. Senen's gonna run out of spots here pretty quick. Uh-oh. Are we gonna see the thing here? I think we might see the thing here. Oh wait, no. Darkened5ky is gonna go check the Thieves Town big chest. So we're gonna see a thing, but not the thing I thought we were going to see. Nope. Okay, apparently we're not going to see either of those things. We're gonna see
it. I'd be very surprised to see somebody check that Thieves Town chest before they're out of other things to do. That's like such a slow one to go back for.
Senen's gonna fake flipper to ice.
That is a bold play. bold.
Ooh, lads.
I mean, you can clear it, so that's good, but out of logic ice pass.
Tracker once again saving our bacon. Apparently we completely missed Darkened5ky checking Bombos for Turtle Rock. Or at least I completely missed it.
Yeah, me as well. That's interesting. I was kind of distracted by Senen deciding to clear desert. But we picked up flippers. Yeah, we saw Bombos there.
Darkened5ky starting to get a little frustrated, I think. Those were some rage slashes right there.
Yeah, he's gonna check checkerboard cave here, and I would think he'll be diving into mire, which is good for Senen. He's not gonna find anything in there, but it's gonna cost him time without the red cane.
Oh my!
Well, never mind that.
Also, I don't think ice is full clearable because we do not have hook or that red cane. Like, we can beat cold stare, yes, because of the bomb jump, but we do not have the ability to full clear, I think. I don't think...
You can certainly get all the checks.
Oh.
We're out of logic anyways without those flippers, so...
Nicely done on the bomb jump. Darkened5ky, I think, is immediately gonna... Oh, he's gonna do bomb bust.
Yeah, and then likely desert, or not swamp palace.
I mean, he does have to do it at some point. We kind of need that fire rod for Skull Woods.
He does have to get to desert, and that's gonna be the really interesting thing, because he's got more and more open to him. And less incentive to go into desert, probably.
Yeah.
But he's definitely going to head into swamp here. Which just makes sense. We're not looking for much, we're basically just looking for red cane. Key was in the front of ice, which is always nice.
Yep. And the third potion in third bottle, excuse me, in Ice Palace. There's the big key. All right. That poor big 20.
Forever forgotten in the swampy area.
Yep.
Just a single item out of ice so far, I think.
And I don't think we're gonna see anything progression-wise here. I don't know. I suppose red cane could still be in here.
Yeah, it certainly could be red cane. Could be bombos. Bombos won't lead us to red cane, so that doesn't matter actually.
Alright. Red rupee. So there's item number 2. Early big key in swamp for Darkened5ky.
This race all comes down to red cane location and when Darkened5ky decides to dip into desert.
Well, it's also going to come down to when Senen finally decides to go check Bumper.
Yeah. Eventually, I think he's going to run out of logic things to do and have to do the in logic one, which hopefully he hasn't forgotten about it.
All right, there's the compass. I don't know why you don't. Well, I suppose it is faster to just do this. Oh, that's what the raid slashes were for. Yeah. Ouch.
It's possible to remember to do that when you don't come in with a hook shot to drop down the normal.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't have even thought of doing it the way Senen was trying to do it. I would have just been like, oh, okay, bomb and drop down. Like, I wouldn't have even thought of the hook shot thing in run. And then when he went to do it, I was like, oh yeah, you could do that. And then I saw the rage slashes, and then you pointed out, oh, he doesn't have hook shot.
Yeah, it's faster for sure to use hook shot, but not if you don't have it.
Yeah.
So he's okay though. Oh, he already checked ice tea room. He's going back around though. The bomb jump across and drop down the normal way. He doesn't want to leave it behind.
Yeah, no. This is
a little bit of a time loss, unfortunately.
A little bit of a time loss, but it's still faster than just beating Cold Stare and coming back in.
Yeah, if you left it behind, then that's just a never come back to location. Goes over the hole he dropped into before. No red cave out of swamp, it doesn't look like, so that's not so far.
Yep, still have the Argus to check, and I did not see if he did left side or not. I don't believe he did.
Yeah. Left side swamp, always a tough call. I don't know, but I'd be tempted myself to come back in.
Well, I believe there's 2 items over there because the Bacca swamp had both compass and map in it. So there's 2 items over there.
Yeah, especially with 2 items, I'd be very tempted to come back in here. You don't want to orphan much when you're just looking for a single item.
Fire Rod was in Pendant Desert.
Yep. In the middle chests with the Igors, let's go.
Alright, meanwhile, Senen, boom, just tearing down Cold Stare and receiving a small key. Rip.
Why would Cold Stare have anything else on it?
Alright.
Got some crystal sync going on here.
Heart container for from Argus for Darkened5ky.
Yeah, red cane go mode for Darkened5ky. Well, no, we're red cane no mode, I guess.
Yeah,
Darkened5ky's got to get his red cane, or red rod, you know, whatever it's called.
Yeah, fire rod. Yeah.
Senen's got to pick up his flippers and mirror and hookshot.
Yeah. So this.
Red cane.
Yeah. So this is going to come down to when Senen decides to go check bumper, which I think he might be going to do now, question mark?
I sure hope he does.
Point in Terabang?
Yeah.
Although he could, well, nope, never mind, he's going into Dark World. I was about to say he could think about checking that pedestal. But then again, Ped's dead because we kind of need to get into Turtle Rock to be able to do pedestal. Never mind.
He's gonna clear Skull Woods here, and then he might check pedestal. He's still out of logic clearing Skull Woods, but that's a good thing to do. Got to be done anyways.
Yeah, this is gonna come down to where that cane of Samaria is, and how long it takes Senen to go to Bumper Cave and get that mirror, and then follow the train to get his flippers and hookshot, versus Darkened5ky going into Pendant Desert for the fire rod, which is just gross. Yes, I did say in Terabang. Deal with it.
Yeah, pretty good point. It's going to be hard to check pedestal from Dark World without the mirror.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then like I said, Ped's dead because I need the red cane to get into Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Although Senen does not know that yet.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know. That's all he needs. Does left side swamp have the answer for us today? It does! Red cane and left side swamp.
Oh dear.
That's huge. So now it all comes down to when does Darkened5ky, as we've said, go into Pendant Desert and pick up his fire rod.
Oh boy. Well, let's see here. He has Cave 45, which is what he's doing right now.
He'll certainly be heading into Mire with that red cane. So that's a good opportunity to check some of Desert, potentially.
Let's see here. He's got 5-6 now because he's cleared both Swamp and Eastern.
Yeah, so it's a check he can do. But is not doing right now when it would be fairly convenient to.
Yep. Looks like he's going to make the Mire play, at the very least. Bombos did not have silvers. It was Ether that had silvers. Bombos had 50 rupees on it.
One of those book checks.
Alright, so Darkened5ky going into Misery Mire here. Senen doing the needful. He's going to see that mirror, and he's probably not going to be too happy.
Yeah, you're going to feel a little behind, I think, as soon as you see that. Double back, you're going to want that. That's the unlocking item.
Yeah. Bumper Cave always happens to be one of those things where you're like, well, okay, I'm here, I'll check it, and then you'll see it out of the corner of your eye, and be turning around, and then your brain will process, oh wait, that's kind of important.
Yeah, you assume it's nothing because it is like 99% of the time, but in this case, I don't know what he had left in logic besides that.
Yeah, I can't think of much off the top of my head. This is why I need to remember to open up Emo Tracker so I can maybe do these sorts of things a bit better, but what's this being good at your volunteer job thing everybody's talking about? I just realized this is technically a Godmire.
It's too bad that we're not in true go mode, because
yeah,
a nice big key there.
That always seems to be how it works out. Is, oh hey, Godmire, except not really.
Yeah.
LOL JK.
Imagine go moding Mire when there's a good big key.
So yeah, Senen needs to go to Paradox Cave for his flippers and Checkerboard for his hook shot, which is just unfortunate. Although it does look like he is going up Death Mountain, so he is going to receive that those flippers here shortly. Nice spin speed.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit to do here. He's got to do Tower of Hera, all of the East Death Mountain stuff.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, Darkened5ky is going to be firmly in the driver's seat here, oddly enough, because Senen's got a bunch of stuff he has left to do on top of going and finding those flippers and that hook shot, whereas Darkened5ky just needs to go to that one specific chest in Desert, and he is right in the area, and I would imagine is going to at least give it a look-see after he clears Misery Mire here.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, it's convenient, but he also has like Crystal Ice Palace open to him to fully clear, so that's possible another choice. No, he doesn't. He can't get in. I'm talking nonsense. He doesn't have Fire Rod or Bombos, so Desert's like, I don't know, out of what he's got open to him is not too bad a play, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't think he leaves this area without at least knocking on Desert's door.
Yeah. It would be surprising.
Considering where that Fire Rod is, that's pretty much all he needs to do. Is knock on the door. Because it's pretty much the first or second check you're gonna do in Desert. So he's gonna receive it, and he's gonna be like, okay, cool, I'm in go mode, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to imagine him doing much else. Like chat points out, like Turtle Rock is a pretty bad option.
Well, it's an option we can't even take because we don't have Bombos.
That would be important to be able to get into Turtle. Yeah, he's really not got too much he can do. Surprising with all of his gear.
So really, once you step back and look at it, this is a pretty linear seed. It's just kind of a disgusting line you have to follow.
Yeah, we had progression in 2 pendant dungeons. It's always the best. But it wasn't really too hard, especially Pod wasn't too hard to get to. Senen picks up his heart piece off of Moldor. We'll see if he heads back in for the basement chest. I would think finding that mirror so that you gotta start making some calls.
Yeah.
And that would be the first one on my list to skip out of. As it does.
Yeah, I mean, I would think about it, yes, but I would definitely go do this first before I thought of coming back to the basement. Of course, I say that in the comfort of being a commentator and not actively racing, but in the race, I probably make the bonehead call and do basement because, well, I'm right here.
It's much nicer you can make the choices. They don't have any ramifications. You get the silver vitreous fight here.
Nice.
One into the wall for good luck. Nice fight though.
Yep. Yeah, Darkened5ky is not a fan of this seed, I don't think. He is feeling it right now.
Those are victory slashes, not anger slashes.
I always forget that you can technically delete that block there, so I'll go the long way around and then I'll see it while I'm like, well, I mean, I'll see it like right now when I'm commentating, and I'll like make a mental note, hey, you can do that, and then I won't do it when I'm running because I'm just amazing at retaining information.
I guess it's faster. I kind of want to know like the time difference. I've never timed it out myself.
Yeah. All right, so there's Senen's flippers. There's an uh-oh from chat because, hey, Darkened5ky did not go into desert.
Yeah, that's definitely an uh-oh. That means he's not going to pick it up right away, but he's still like, how much can he do? Is kind of the question. Red
well, 5/6 bomb.
Yeah. I think that's for
Pendant, sure. Palace of Darkness. Green Pendant, Palace of Darkness.
Helmasaur is one of the worst options. For
right.
Sure. But isn't that worth
Town, Big Chest.
Desert? Yeah, both those seem to me worth in at least dipping into desert and seeing like where the items are.
I mean, yes, no, I completely agree, but I'm just listing off the worst case scenario here of Darkened5ky just going, it can't possibly be a second pendant dungeon, right?
It's always a thing because pendant dungeons just feel like a waste of time, and you really would like to put them off completely. And then there's always Tracker
pointing out that we logically know that 5/6 bomb can't be the answer because, hey, that fire rod locked Eastern Palace.
That is a very good point. That Eastern was a red crystal.
Yep.
That
so this might be
to know.
this would be a case of V31 logic striking again, because in pretty much every previous version of the randomizer. Oh no. Oh no.
If there's one thing you didn't want to find, especially if you've forgotten that you're out of logic, it was that.
Oh no. just put in that Joseph Joestar oh no compilation right now, because that's yeah. Lamp was on Armos Knights in Eastern Palace, so Lamp was fire rod locked. Which means
a really interesting place for Lamp to be.
Which means that Darkened5ky is so far out of logic it's not even funny. He thought about going to ice, fluted, and is now thinking things over really hard.
Interesting. I wonder if he's remembered that bit of logic, possibly.
That's a flute to 3. Is he pedestal check? Question mark. Oh God.
Well, fire rod for sure cannot be on pedestal. I think he's.
I think his brain just melted. Is what's going on here.
Fire rod was in desert. That's where it was.
Oh God, flute to 1.
Yeah,
it's happening.
That's not what you wanted to see at all. I would say Darkened5ky had quite a lead, and I'm thinking.
And I think we're about to see it. I think it's starting to evaporate. Is what's going to happen here. And I think what we just saw was, you know, if I'm Darkened5ky in this situation, I think my brain is trying to say, wait a minute, I'm missing something, but you can't quite figure out what it is. I think, well, okay, again, it's easy to say this kind of stuff sitting in the commentary booth and not the figurative commentary booth, and not, you know, in the race itself. But I feel like your brain has to, you know, have that information that goes, wait a minute, I did a logic break to get that lamp, so I need that fire rod, you know.
I think that's a really tough one to remember. It was so early on, and you have to remember, like, that's the crystal that gives you that access to. I certainly forgot completely that Eastern was the red crystal. So he's opening up Turtle Rock. He's got a single chest left in Hookshot Cave, I think.
He does not. I believe he did actually manage to get that. Speaking of Hookshot, hey, Senen's got his.
That is good for Senen. I thought he hovered and then bonked, and then he tried the other hover and didn't get it.
I think he tried it again, but oh well. All right, so that's not the hookshot. There we go.
The hover is much easier with hookshot.
Yes, just 10 arrows.
So he probably dives into TR here. I don't think he cannot if he came up this way.
Yeah, I don't think you do that. Do that without at least dipping a toe into Turtle Rock here.
The other interesting thing here is that Senen has cleared Ice and Skull Woods already, so he's got.
Wait a minute. Did he remember a thing? I think he remembered a thing. Yeah, that's a fleet to 6. He remembered the thing.
Here we go. So he's gonna pick up Fire Rod. No other reason to be here.
Yep, there's the mirror. All right.
Real interesting. That's like a little bit of time loss.
Yep, brain reboot completed. He finally realized, wait a minute. Unless the galaxy has aligned, Fire Rod is very, very unlikely to be in Turtle Rock. Because, like, there is, like, a very, very small chance that the key pattern aligned just right for you to get all the way to Laser Bridge without Fire Rod, but...
Plus, we know that it can't be.
this is also true.
but
again, yeah, again, well,
there
it is. So at 1 hour 32 minutes and 30 seconds, Darkened5ky has entered Go mode. Senen not going to be too far behind as long as he decides to do left side swamp. Whoop, went for the hammer dash, got trolled.
That's the big thing here. Senen has to dive in left side at least after the boss to pick up that red cane. Saying like he's got Ice and Skull Woods down, so that's good. Darkened5ky gets to Go mode everything though, so that's Ice is not a huge time sink.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Senen decides to do left side swamp right now, as opposed to coming back in after defeating Argus. Because I feel like that's going to be a little bit faster.
That would be faster for sure. I don't know how you make that call though, with just a single item left.
That's a valid point.
Really hope for it to be on the way.
Especially from Senen's position of basically last locationing that mirror.
Yeah, for sure. You have to make some calls anyways, but I just, yeah. Make left side first is tough.
Alright. Gets the heart container, is going to go up the stairs and go to the back, so...
Could hookshot left here. Oh, the big brain play. So that's going to save him a little bit of time.
Is it going to be enough, though, is the question, because, as pointed out, Ice and Skull Woods are two of the fastest dungeons to Go mode. here on the Go Mode Podcast Twitch channel.
And Senen has to clear up Misery Mire yet, which he hasn't done.
As I spam all the commands in chat. flawless plug. Somewhere Shawn Michaels and Triple H just burst into applause at how flawless that plug was. Check out the Go Mode Podcast. Please follow us here on Twitch and on your podcast distribution place of choice. Join the Discord if you like. Give our runners a follow and give our crew a follow, including our tracker, our restreamer, and, you know, the two guys on commentary.
So, Senen about to hit Go Mode here. Pick up his red cane. Left side swamp first chest.
There it is.
Go.
All right, so he made the big brain play and immediately jumps down. He's like, okay, yeah, I don't need to worry about that right side chest. He's gonna be going back to Argus here shortly. Meanwhile, Darkened5ky already to Cold Stare. By virtue of finding that Bombos, wastes a little bit less magic on the shell itself, and by virtue of having the gold sword, gonna just be able to absolutely body Cold Stare.
Still pretty close here. Like, Senen's got to go clear up Argus here. Darkened5ky, Skullwoods, just taking care of Mothula. Senen's got to take care of
Senen has to go.
Mire.
Yeah, Senen has to go back to Misery Mire and go do Vitreous again, which is a pretty slow trek back.
So he's certainly a little bit behind, but I think they're close enough that like GT execution, big key routing could.
Yep. Yep. And there's always a chance Moldorm 2 decides to play the Great Equalizer. There's always a chance that somebody has a bad experience in the Geometry Wars. There's always a chance that somebody gets telefragged by Ganon.
You don't need that chest. Not looking for much with gold sword and silvers in hand.
Our restreamer also pointing out, Senen did manage to get that blue mail with the splash delete. Darkened5ky is still on green mail, which means if Darkened5ky takes a Ganon hug, he takes 8 hearts of damage, which is a significant chunk of that life bar, even if that life bar is pretty full.
It's definitely a consideration. Like, obviously you can take quite a few hearts of damage in GT. Just using safeties and picking up hearts can actually spend a lot of time, so could make a difference for sure.
Speaking of safeties, Senen is going to have 3 bottles versus Darkened5ky's 2 as well. So
Puff is troll. But he gets her done. 2 spins to take care of the big Argus eye here.
Alright, so it looks like Darkened5ky is going to be able to go to Ganon's Tower first. And he is going to have at least a... Well, never mind. That's a Wallmaster. That's a fall. It's almost another Wallmaster, by the way, but... Alright. So Darkened5ky just about back to Mothula for real this time. Senen, meanwhile, just about back into Misery Mire. So
it's unfortunate, but they're so close. Like, getting grabbed by the hand, you know, like stuff like that could make the difference.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this is going to be a relatively quick Mothula fight if he gets off the spikes. There we go.
Troll woods today for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, Darkened5ky play looks like maybe a bit of nerves or something.
Yeah.
He might think he's behind, but I kind of like. I wonder why, because I don't know if I would feel behind in his position. I think he's made pretty good calls all around.
Well,
Fire Rod and Desert, like it's something you could find sooner, but do you? I don't know.
yeah, well, from his position, you got to remember he did have that moment of that moment of panic and indecisiveness before he went to Desert and found Fire Rod. He very nearly went into Turtle Rock.
He sure did climb the mountain an extra time for not much reason, so that is a thing.
Get your, by the way, speaking of which, mountain climbs. While Darkened5ky is climbing this mountain, be sure to get your guesses in for the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game. There are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower basement, one of which is going to hold that fabled Ganon's Tower Big Key. Number from 1 to 22 in chat. Betting will close when our restreamer sees Darkened5ky open his first chest. What you got?
For me, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was gonna say 3, but then Verts beat me to it because I was too busy commentating. So I'm gonna channel the spirit of Math Girl and say 22 because that's just Math Girl for you.
Someone's got to call the last location.
All right, Senen. Oh, takes a bit of lightning to the face. And is going to clean up his last crystal right as Darkened5ky opens up Ganon's Tower. So, gonna be about a minute and a half behind, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Basically a Death Mountain climb behind. And a bit.
Alright, here we go.
Hope room first. I assume
chest number 1.
Best. It always is. I guess.
Chest number 2. Small key and a compass. Oh, Darkened5ky gonna roll the dice on the right side here.
The currently popular strategy of finding a key and then heading right side.
Yep. All right. So we will see what happens here. Oh, wall mastered again.
Oof. Well, does he head left now?
Yep, I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's like, okay, fine, be that way. Mirror shield on the torch, number 3.
Well, now I really hope the key is not on the right side. That would be a big oof.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for a close race, you kind of maybe want to see it on the right side because that would put Senen back into this thing. All right,
yeah, if he decides to go right as well.
4 bombs. Chest 5, small key. Chest 6, 10 arrows. Chest number 7, a little piece to love. All right, chest number 8 coming up.
I don't think I've ever seen the big key in that fire bar. I don't know if I just haven't played enough, but no boomerang, impossible room.
All right, that's right. We didn't. Well, we saw the bloomerang on Lake Hylia, but you're going back for that.
I wouldn't even know how to do these rooms without it.
All right, chest number 9 coming up here. Number 9, number 9, number 9. Apparently Red Meringue was Cave 45. Number 9 is a small key.
That's a little bit quicker to get them. You definitely should.
All right. Senen gonna question mark? Gonna do right side.
So this is gonna be real interesting here.
All right, randomizer room coming up for Darkened5ky here, so named because if you do this room in anything other than rando, you're probably going to get some strange looks. 10, 11, 12, 13, no go. Oh, if it's on the right side, Darkened5ky is going to feel real sad real quick. Not as quick as Senen does, though, for missing that bomb throw. All right. Bob's chest gonna be 14 coming up here.
He doesn't have enough magic maybe for the cane. I hate this room.
Same. I just hate this room in general, though. So.
I hate any seed where I have to go right side.
All right.
Never go right side.
There's
the big key.
Rage Slashes. Ice Rod! Alright, so Big Key was in...
We counted based on Darkened5ky's count.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I saw Darkened5ky slashing, so I thought he had just found it, and then he dropped down in the Armos room, so...
No, it was in the compass room.
Yeah. So, 15, 16, 17 for Darkened5ky.
So miraculously, Senen has taken the lead here. It's all due to those stupid wall masters.
Oh, Darkened5ky. To steal a quote from the Runaway Guys Coliseum, is probably feeling stupid sad right now.
Rough for sure.
Honestly, if I'm Darkened5ky in this situation, I almost do Tile Room first just for the meme of it.
I would think about it too, because you really left that right side behind after getting grabbed there, fortunately.
Alright, so this is probably gonna be chest number 21? Question mark? Nice yeet there on the Candace Demaria.
Let's see. Yeah. Looks like
20 is going to be the key. So, key 20. Our tracker got it. Rigged. Iboto 2 guesses 19.
Not suspicious at all.
Big Key was 20, so gets 14 points on the leaderboard. GG's to our tracker, who has also won a lifetime supply of Link to the Past randomized seeds, redeemable at altqpr.com. As always, if your standard seed lasts longer than 4 hours, please consult a wiki. Oh, and there's a throat clear. I've been doing pretty good on those to this point, but everybody gets one. Meanwhile, Senen threw the gauntlet already, and Darkened5ky just about to get to the ability to get into the hospitality room. I don't think he takes it, given what he has, but
I don't think so. Yeah. So basically, a gauntlet behind here. It's still decently close.
It's still decently close, but the window is definitely closing unless one of the remaining bosses decides to troll.
Let's see, green mail, Darkened5ky here. The hearts are more punishing. Little shots from Beamos and stuff.
Yep. All right. Nice job on the first Wizrobe room for Senen. Check, sees he only has the one bottle at the moment and decides to YOLO it. Misses.
He had it right the second time.
Yeah.
Powder the fairy. Silver arrow, gold sword.
Yep.
Nice
Almost. Darkened5ky almost had a cleaner Land Willis 2 fight and almost gained a little bit of time back, but not quite there. Senen only has one key, so he is going to have to kill one of the Helmisars in this room here, mini Helmisars. Got him. So that's a little bit of time that Darkened5ky will make back up, because he has 2 keys by virtue of having to do left side.
Yeah, he saves a tiny bit of time in the Helmisar room there to skip them.
Well, I mean, every second counts here.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It's mainly going to come down to Moldorm to Agatu and Ganon. Let's see, execution-wise here.
Or if Moldorm 2 decides to just go, right in for the kill like that. That could have evened things up a little bit.
A fall would have been interesting, but he takes care of him pretty cleanly. Gold Sword making a bit of joke out of most of these bosses.
Yep. Nice torch strat from Darkened5ky there, using the lamp. He's kind of reaching on his tippy toes off the edge of the crumbling floor. Meanwhile, Senen about to join the geometry wars here.
Yeah, he saved picking up the full magic before torches.
That is, at the very least, a double. Could have been a triple. Well, that's a 0, and that's a rage spin.
Pretty close there.
That first one was a triple because that's 3-0-1-2 for Senen. So Darkened5ky not too far behind here. This is gonna get interesting. If Ganon decides to be friendly, this could get real interesting real quick.
Gold Sword Ganon. We got 6 slashes on the first 2 phases. So 1-1 is quite easy.
All right, there's the triple for Darkened5ky. Triple for Darkened5ky. Nicely done.
Really nice.
That's gonna make up some time.
As Senen starts phase 2, gets his 6 slashes in.
The button mashing for Darkened5ky is real. Kind of like holding the B button down, trying to get your Pokeball to work. Button mashing does not make the swag duck appear any faster, unfortunately.
That can't be true. Button mashing always makes things faster.
Alright. Little bit trolly on the warping is Ganon for the start of phase 3. And on the second part of phase... Wow. Wow. These warps, though.
Well, it would hardly be Link to the Past Randomizer without some trolls right to the end.
Alright, 3/4 of the way done with phase 3 is Senen. One more hit, and we're on to phase 4.
Phase 4 and a quick phase 4 with those silver arrows.
Yep.
Gonna take a big mistake here for Darkened5ky to catch up.
Oh no, Silver, my one true weakness.
Should have hit him.
Torch glitch.
Doesn't quite get a hit there, but he's fine.
Torch glitch in the single. Meanwhile, Darkened5ky on phase 3, but I don't think he's going to have enough time here. Because here comes hit number 2 at the very least.
Teleports.
Number 3 for Senen.
One more hit to go.
Fire Rod shot. Bow equipped. Slash. And there it is. The Big Pig is exploding for Senen. Needs to survive the most dangerous 1x3 bridge in all of Hyrule.
Yeah, good game. Get those good games in chat for Senen. And soon to be Darkened5ky as he takes care of Ganon for phase 4.
Alright, Senen does finish in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 51 seconds. Nice. Oh no, Silver, my one true weakness for Darkened5ky.
That was really close.
Indeed it was.
It's a pretty good race.
That Wallmaster unfortunately decided everything as the Big Pig is exploding for Darkened5ky. He needs to survive that, Whoa, hello.
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 Good game.
Good game. Slightly early on the pull in, but Darkened5ky is going to finish in second place here. Official SRL time of 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 16 seconds. GG's.
GG, man. That seed was brutal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
lots of Wallmasters.
Yeah, I was about to say, unfortunately, that's basically what decided this, is those Wallmasters.
Yeah,
oh boy.
That kind of pulled things real close at the end there, and you had a bit of a lead going into GT, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was watching the end. It was... If I hadn't been grabbed by that one Wallmaster, I would have had this, but it's okay. In a way, it's nice, because tournaments are super, super stressful for me, so I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the speed overall?
Well, we were talking about it before joining in, and it's funny because we had a very different experience. Because I was stuck for so long looking for one progression item, and I was stuck, and then I found one, and everything just was super straightforward after that. And apparently we got all our items in very different way, in very different order. So yeah, I'm looking forward to looking the race after that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of wondering, leaving Bumper Ledge till pretty late, and doing quite a few things out of logic. Were you like purposely putting that off, or did you like forget about it a bit? Or
yeah, I usually check Bumper Cave after Skullwood, especially in seed like this one where your dark road access is myths. I usually just do a little loop to look at Bumper Ledge, but I forgot to do that on my first trip, and after that, I don't know. It was never really convenient to go back. Well, I could have done it slightly earlier when I did the purple chest, I think. But yeah, it was not easy to route it, and I was like, looking at the seed logic, I was like, maybe it just like there might be a flippers there, so let's just sequence break flippers and see if that leads to something. And well, it was not flippers, it was mirror, but at least it paid off. So
yeah, unfortunately, you didn't get that till quite late. You had the fire rod quite a bit earlier than Darkened5ky, making that desert play with the book. How'd you feel finding that, Darkened5ky?
I was kind of disappointed because I had thought about doing that dip when I got the book, but I ended up just putting it off. But luckily, as I was about to dive into Turtle Rock, I was like, I really, really shouldn't be here. Desert is a fast option. And the end was just a big parody of me not knowing where to go. But I'm so glad that I dipped out on doing Turtle Rock and went to Desert instead, because it would have been a lot different if I had gone to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, we saw you thinking on screen, and we were really hoping that you didn't make the Turtle play.
So where was Bombus, by the way?
Bombos was on the Pyramid Ferry, which our tracker actually pointed out was not in logic for Fire Rod because of that lamp on armor.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to ask was that lamp being on Armos, so technically Fire Rod locked, was a perfect example of the new change to that particular bit of logic in V31, where you can access dark rooms with the Fire Rod if they have a torch that can be lit by the Fire Rod. So that means stuff like lamp on Armos is possible. Did either of you forget that bit of logic? Like specifically, I'll just go ahead and say it. Darkened5ky, did you forget that bit of logic, and that's why you entertained the Turtle Rock play for as long as you did?
Yeah, I mean that was part of it. I don't know if you noticed at the end, but I was like thinking about going to check Ped, and that's when I remembered. Like I was almost gonna dive Ice Palace as well, but then I remembered that Fire Rod can't be there because of where Bombos was. So I kind of remembered, but I didn't really apply it to Pyramid Ferry because I forgot at that time that Eastern was one of the red crystals. So I remembered the logic. I just forgot that it was Eastern Palace that was a red crystal. If I had remembered that, I wouldn't have even gone up the mountain.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to remember where you got the crystal from.
Yeah, I actually took note because I sequence broke the lamp because I didn't have a fire rod, and after that I sequence broke the book and then the fire rod. So I had notes to what I sequence broke to be sure to not look for items where they couldn't be.
Okay. All right. So by the looks of it, schedule-wise, I think we're running out of time before the next race. So do we have anything else to talk about?
Don't get grabbed by wall masters. Don't fall down a Tower of Hera twice, and don't forget how to do the dark room in Eastern Palace, and you should be.
And don't die on your way to catfish.
Oh yeah, you both had some ouch Dark World Overworld deaths. Like Darkened5ky died. I think it was Darkened5ky died in Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, starting here momentarily on the Go Mode podcast live stream is going to be oh god, I just had it and I lost it. It's going to be Angles versus Mr. DNA in their second round matchup. It is going to be a something. My notes are all over the place. God bless. Hold on. God. Okay, well, you'll find out in a minute. So hang around for that. It is going to be starting shortly, if I'm reading the times correctly.
Looks like no changes for that map. It's standard open defeat
Okay.
Gans in 7.
Okay, so they just decided to run the same settings back. Okay, cool. Tracker confirming and restreamer confirming. So stick around for that. That's going to be starting shortly. Looks like we have cool Papa Bell on commentary at least. And until next time, have a good afternoon and see you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
So yeah, good game.